What's up, guys? This is VERES Gaming, your channel for fresh arena of Valor content. And first of all, I have to tell you something. There's something I need to talk about. You might have already noticed that the frequency how the videos are uploaded on this channel has changed. So it's not every other day a new video in German or English, but most of the times you will have to wait for about 3 days to get a new video on this channel. This is not because I am super bored or I have become quite lazy or something like that, but great news have to be announced, and some of you guys will already know about this, but I have become a father for the second time, so there is a new person in this house. She's very little and therefore she needs a lot of attention, and I don't really have great time to focus on doing videos. I've got time to play a lot of games, so I've even thought about maybe I should just upload videos without any of that audio commentary. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, if that is kind of like a suitable thing for you to kind of maintain your views to this channel, but you are not getting like the full Void of Dusk experience. I'm not going to comment anything because I don't have the time to set up a green screen and the lights and everything like that. So that might be an option. If you guys dare to see gameplay from me, I can just upload them and put some nice kind of audio sequence underneath it in terms of some cool music or something like that. But you will see the builds and sorts of those things, but there will not be any commentary from me and you won't see me here on the camera. So if that is some kind of option, tell me about it and I'm gonna make it work. But otherwise I can't maintain this high frequency with every 2 days a new video because it's just not bearable. My girlfriend is sitting right now in our living room talking to her mother via the phone, so I've got spare time of 20 minutes to do this in the morning, but usually I've done my videos in the evening, but our room here is occupied and basically everything is a little bit catastrophic right now because a new child in your family just means that you need to organize the whole structure that you have set up, and it's a mess, but we are going to make it through and everything is going to be happy afterwards. So that's my first introduction that I just wanted to share with you to give you some kind of insight. I think about doing an intro here so that you guys will know about this, but this is going to be the first time in English that I'm going to talk about this, so this is important. It's an important information. So without further ado, I would say let's now focus on the main topic of the channel. I want to present the S skin for VERES. The S-Streamer skin for VERES. I have been taking the Zata skin from the gacha draw, and the people who have seen the video on this channel, you can find it here in the videos, will know that I was super lucky. It just took me basically 500 vouchers to get the S-Streamer skin, and I didn't even want to buy VERES as a skin, but because Zata was so cheap, I just said to myself, well, I thought that I'm going to spend more vouchers on the S-Streamer Zata skin, so why not get the S-Streamer VERES skin? And here we are. Game is going to be super confusing. I was super pissed at the end of it, but I just wanted to show you the skin, so I think that's valid. And first of all, I would say let's hop right into the build. It's the pretty standard VERES build that you're going to see nowadays most of the time, so you are focusing on a hybrid tank / armor pierce build. We've got, of course, the Gilded Greaves in here for the additional crowd control reduction. We've got the Shield of the Lost to reduce the attack speed from enemies. Muramasa's here for the armor pen. And we've got something against magic damage with the magic resistance item here, the Medallion of Troy, and then we're going with Fenrir's just to boost over all the attack damage. I think that's actually quite pricey, that item, but it has a super cost efficiency, so this item is plain good. Enchantment wise, we're focusing on some utility. As you can see, we've got Devourer here as well as Bone Cutter. Then we're going with Desperate Duel because we're going to fight in one-on-one situations. Most of the times this is the build for the solo lane. And then with the Tower Blessing and of course Regrowth, we are going to boost our healing a little bit that we get from the passive. But bread and butter is the passive, so you need to land it as much as possible. And then Arcana wise, we're going with 10 times Indomitable for some additional HP and some attack speed, which is fairly nice on VERES. This is one of the few only times where the attack speed on that red Arcana actually makes sense, so you're going to get that. Then we're going with Benevolence for some max HP and some movement speed. And then we're going with Skewer for some additional armor pierce. And talent is, of course, Flicker. Because you want to have these nice little ults that you can get with jumping into the fray without any problems, or you want to disengage. So this is like a very, very good skill. And yeah, this is my build. This was the intro, and let's get started with the video. All right, so here we go. And first of all, what I have to mention is that this is unfortunately a ranked match. And in my opinion, matches like these with a team composition like this should be kind of validated by Arena of Valor in a very better way. Because this is complete bullshit. We've got 3 AD carries in one single match. I reported all of them after the match, and it is not doing anything to their score. So you can report people for being, I don't know, feedy. You can report them for being offline, but you can't kind of report them for being just out of their role, in terms of the role is already taken and there's nothing that you can do against it. And I think that is complete bullshit, and it's not fun, because especially in the ranks where I play, and this is mostly Platinum and Diamond, things like that are quite common, unfortunately, and it's just bullshit. It's complete bullshit, and I don't really like it. So as you can see, we're fighting a lane here. So let's focus on the game right now. As you can see, we're fighting a lane here. And of course, I'm going to have a hard time at the beginning of the game, because I don't have any measures against his healing. He's going to build a beast, I think, later on, which is quite common on him anyways. So this is going to be a tough nut to crack. At least Telenas has finally gotten the attention, or I have gotten the attention. So now Telenas is coming in, and we are going to kill him. And that was the first assist that I have been scoring here. So I don't know. This is really bad. This is really bad. This is really bad. But there's nothing that you can do against it. So we don't even have a mid laner. Like, why is not anyone on the mid lane? This stupid Valheim could just go and pick a P variant, which is actually quite strong. Telenas could go in the mid with her long range. But those players are actually distracting the game without any problem, with full purpose. They're not willing to contribute anything to the team, and at least I got plenty of time to show you the new skin, and that's what we're going to talk about right now, because that is something that is the key of this video, or the main idea of this video. So we've got VERES with the new skin as Dreamer. It is the cheapest skin of the roster. So S-Streamer Zata was full gacha. S-Streamer Florentino was medium gacha. At least you knew that you're going to get it after a certain amount of vouchers spent. And then we've got S-Streamer VERES, which was just full price, and you knew what you're going to take for it. I think it was, at the time I've been buying it, 1,900 vouchers or something like that. 1,099 vouchers or something like that. And you got the skin. So it has some really nice purple neon effects. I really like them, especially when you're using your S1 and your S2. And in addition to that, I think it looks actually quite nice. But what I don't really like is the indicator of the passive. It doesn't really help me that much, because it's just too transparent, too luminant for me. I don't really like it. It just didn't appeal to me that much. And we just get wasted here on the bottom lane. No doubts about that. 3 tier 10, but this is going to be a really hard game for us. But at least the skin looks nice. I think it's a decent skin. I mean, you're not going to expect anything crazy from it, because it is direct value. You're going to spend a certain amount of vouchers for it. You immediately get it. And with that, of course, it's not super high quality. But at least I think it fits the theme quite nicely, because in my opinion, VERES is more sorts of some kind of anime character. So I think this kind of e-girl thing is actually quite useful for her. So oh my god, the positioning is so bad. So it's actually quite nice to have this kind of e-girl approach on her. I mean, it works well with any of those female heroes here, the heroines. Telenas, Chen, Caphane, you name it. But VERES is also some sort of champion that works quite well in the enemy section. I mean, she looks a little bit like the main actor from the protagonist from Bayonetta, just because of the glasses. She reminds me of Karen from Naruto, mainly because of the red hair and the glasses. I mean, it's just the glasses. They kind of like it. I don't know why. This is such an obsession in some terms, but yeah, she looks decent. It's working. The skin is working for her in a good way, to put it like that. I like the neon effects. I don't really like I like the kind of appearance, how the chain looks when she doesn't use it in the passive, but when she uses it in the passive, I don't really like it that much. It just doesn't appeal to me. It's just not working. The rest of the skin works actually quite nice. Bam, here we go. And the ultimate looks really, really nice. Those neon sparks coming from the ground, awesome. Really cool. Cool skin indeed. So that's actually a pretty decent skin for your money. Oh, your vouchers. I don't know how you spend your vouchers, via gift card or something like that. I don't know what the idea was here. I think he got hooked, the Telenos player, and then, oh my goodness, we have to get out, and we are going to make it. Yeah, this looks nice. This drastic thing looks really, really dope. I really like it. So Laville goes in. Laville and Valheim should not have any issues against a lane, and they don't. Really nice kill here. At least we're going to get back a little bit, but unfortunately we don't really have a supporter. I'm not going to build the support item here. At least we're getting another assist, but Zill is actually quite troublesome for our build. And I would say, let's talk about heroes that work well with VERES. VERES is actually a really good tanker in terms of durability as well as her damage output, just because her passive stacks up quite nicely, and the more opponents you have in your passive, the better it is. There have been times when you were able to fight 3 enemies at the same time with your ultimate, and it was really, really nice because you were just dealing so much damage and getting so much life back. But of course now with all the healing items, look at that, I just killed him! With all the healing suppression items, such as Tome of the Reaper and the Curse of the Death, you're going to have a hard time. So always keep in mind to do something about that. So you should not be the main tanker. So VERES likes to have a companion such as, for example, Grug here. Could be a decent option. Toro, Lumber, you name it. All those heroes are actually quite good. So you should be in the midline. And everything that has hard CC is super good. So every single time you have someone who is able to pin enemies in a certain position is what you want, because it's just going to help you a lot to target your ult. So this is kind of like what you want to achieve. So for example, a Chen, where you can obviously tell there's the ice cone, people are going to get frozen in that ice cone, and you will get your passive on them. That's what you want to have in a team. So heroes that can help her with her potential are actually quite fine. Or heroes who have great burst are also quite good. So for example, Zata will be a good hero with her, just because she has a light CC on both of her normal abilities. Oh my goodness, we need to go right now, and I can't make it. I was a little bit too slow because I was CC'd, just what I was talking about. So she's actually quite good on softening up targets, and if you have a really good nuker, for example Natalia or Liliana, they can make good use of that. So you want to have, with VERES playing on the solo lane, you want to have a CC hero. For example, you want to have a CC hero such as, let's say, you want to have Lumber because he's got great CC as a tank. His first ability, where you're going to push enemies away, is not what you're looking for, but I think you get what I was talking about. So CC is great. For example, Baldoom is also quite good because with his ultimate, you can totally tell that people are going to be hit by that. Yeah, that was just too much. So these are the support heroes that you want to have. Or Grok is good. He's got the ult and he has the hook, so this is fine. That's your support hero. As an AD carry, you want to have someone who has really good damage and is able to also have at least some CC. So great damage could be Valheim AP. Great damage can also be Telenas. She's really, really good right now. She's got long range, so she can stay a little bit back, and she has CC spells, so that's working fine with her as well. And as a mid laner, I would prefer to rather have someone who is actually contributing to the CC train, so as I said, Diachan or Azankar, or on the other hand, someone who's able to dish out a lot of damage, so I don't want to see any Ignises or Praetors or something like that. Praetor has the damage, but he's actually too slow to land anything, just because his summoning sickness. But I want to have those Natalias. I want to have, for example, Vera or something like that. So someone who is able to kind of maximize the CC that I do get from my first and my second ability. People who are actually able to use that and do something like that are quite worthwhile. I'm the solo laner, and as a jungler, I just need someone who is able to get some ganks done. So Zephyrus is fine. I'm good with Kira. I can work with AoV. It doesn't really matter. It's just someone who is able to have a strong game. Nakrov is also fine because he has the mobility, so that's all good. I don't need to focus on the jungler. If the CC is set up and I've got some damage in my team, VERES is able to functioning quite well because she works as some sort of tanker, but of course she's not a tank, and therefore she can never fulfill that role truly. But she's able to have a good impact on your team. She also works quite well as a jungler, just because she's not sticking to a certain route anymore, which is actually quite good, because that is just going to help her tremendously, because she can pick the fights that she wants. And with her great CC, she's actually able to gank in with her ult and then crowd control the shit out of the enemies, and then she will have the passive to heal up after the initial strike. So jungler is also a really valid position, and I have just played her as a supporter, and it worked fairly well to my surprise. I was surprised how well that kit is, but I'm really comfortable right now, and I really like the fact that a lot more heroes are seeing playtime in the support role. Just messed up my ultimate here, and unfortunately I'm not able to kill a lane, but I mean, yes, he's fed and I'm not. So gold lead, that's gotta tell you something in a game where you are the solo laner and the score is 21 versus 42. Dwindling. It's just, and Natalia wasn't even one of the kill leaders here. That could have been devastating. But I mean, yes, Zill is having one of the cakewalks in his entire career. 3 super squishy targets. And I mean, even Zephyrus is not really a tanky target. I think I'm the tankiest on my team. But just the fact that we don't have a true supporter is just bollocks. It's just so damn stupid that I can't tell you anything about it. I mean, games like these are not fun at all, and I don't really like to play them. And Grok can't even hook his hooks correctly. Look at that. That was a really nice CC combination. So I CC'd in, and then afterwards we had the full time with Valheim going in. And that said, even while that composition that we're playing right now is complete bullshit. It just works because we've got great CC opportunities. And of course the enemies are fighting one by one, like in one of those old movies from the Kung Fu era. And we got another kill! Look at that. That's actually quite nice. So now we need to drag them back, and then we need to go in. And at least we do get another tower. I mean, that's just for the feeling. Enemies are still dead, so that could mean that we will get another tower. Yes. I was already aiming for him just to scare him off, not to really fight him because I'm just too low. Valheim will just 3-shot me or something like that, so I need to go back with my teleportation. And it's just not looking good at all. We don't have any object control. There are 6 towers still standing, so we just managed to get 3 towers. Enemy has 9 towers. And I don't really see that this is something that we can go in and make use of it. I mean, yes, this was, I think, a good approach. Here comes the passive. Unfortunately, I am killed here in the meantime, but we do get another kill, another onslaught, and with this scene, it kind of looked like we would be able to get back into the game because, I mean, yes, as I said, the enemy has 9 towers in total and we have only 3, but it doesn't matter. You just need 3 towers in order to win the game, so this is all it takes. And there is the 3rd tower, but unfortunately my team has split up. The enemy has just been getting the Infinite Slayer, and they are already standing at our gates and have done really nice damage to our core. So that's bullshit. But yes, we had this tiny glimpse of winning the game at the end of it, but unfortunately we're just messing it up. So now you can see how powerful someone is in a one-on-one fight against Zill if he doesn't have the full tricks up his sleeves. And unfortunately 2 people are dead on my team and 2 people are dead on the enemy team. Here comes Elaine again, and of course Elaine is going to pick on Valheim for obvious reasons, while Zephys is in the jungle. And Laville is not really doing anything against it. I mean, yes, he does get Natalia here, but to what price? We just lost the game. So this was a ranked match. It was complete crap in terms of the team composition, and then the execution was bad as well. So nothing to learn here, I suppose. But all in all, I have just recorded another game for you guys. I am the MVP. For obvious reasons. I have presented you the skin 8.1, so a lot better than most of the guys on my team. 22.3% damage, so second most damage taken. Fight participation was good as well, so I have been participating in 19 kills, and that is that. I hope you guys liked the skin presentation and all that I had to say about several things, and I just want to wish you a pleasant evening, stay healthy, and have a nice time. And tell me in the comments if you want to see some gameplay without any audio commentary. That would be really helpful. So thanks in advance. See ya.